Welcome, everybody, back to Benched with Bubba, episode 5, the night of finale recap. What the hell just happened? And for that, we will talk to our special guest tonight. At Jort Sports is joining us. How you doing tonight?
A little disappointed.
Yeah, that was like, I'm just going to put this bluntly. That was when you finally get to bang that 10 you've always wanted to bang and you finish before your pants come off. That was just unbelievably, like, we've been talking the last few weeks. There's a bunch of guys watching it, and it was like so many ideas, and that happened.
Yeah.
Like, did HBO just get lazy or something?
I'm not sure. I mean, the whole series was awesome, and there was almost like there was no culmination.
No, they literally, like, it wasn't even a cliffhanger. It was more just like, well, fuck, we halfway through the season, we caught steam and everybody's talking about us. Let's find a way to make a season 2. Now we're going to go chase down this other guy. It's like, where the heck did that
they set that up for another series. I don't know if they're going to do that or not.
Yeah, because like we were talking last week, it was like, is it going to be like True Detective where they just kind of do a whole other trial or what they do? Now they can just continue with what they have. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, True Detective season 1 was one of the best things ever, and season 2 was embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah. When you have Vince Vaughn trying to play a hardo, you've already lost out the gate. So let's just get into it. If you're listening to this by now, God help you, you've seen it because it's all over the intro and everything. We're talking about it. Spoiler alert is over. So if you watched it, just to the point, Nas gets off because the jury can't make a decision, and then they decide not to go through with it.
I believe that's called a hung jury.
Yes, it was a hung jury. It was hanging as much as Naz's sack was in his mind, in his female lawyer's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Okay, let's get on to that. I'm going to jump all over the place, and if you got things, jump over them too. What the hell was that storyline? Like, I'm going to go higher. Yeah, with the female lawyer that they start making out, and then she starts bringing him drugs, and I don't know. Bizarre. Fucking bizarre.
I don't get that part. It seemed like a very strange way to go.
Yeah, because like going through the show, like you said, it was a really good season. They had really good stuff. There's some good storylines, but like we all said, okay, cool, hour 45 minutes. They're gonna wrap up a lot of it. But it's like Omar from The Office. I'm horrible with names. From The Office, from The Wire. I'm horrible with names, but like his character wasn't even really involved in the final season, except dropping off or finding a way to drop off that video to the male lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's a whole storyline that I could have gone a whole nother angle. Okay, here's one. The black guy that comes to sit down that Nas goes and talks to. Who is that?
Which guy? Oh, the new guy?
Yeah, he sits down on the bed and Nas goes, oh, he's got a wife. We can use him. Just some random dude?
He didn't want to swallow the drugs anymore, so he tried to find someone else that could do that for him.
Tried to find a new butt mule. Gotcha.
Basically, I mean, kind of irrelevant, but that was the idea.
See, that's where I was getting confused. It's like we have all these storylines to go off of, and we start bringing all this other stupid shit involved. Okay, another storyline. I got a question for you. It was the whole season. What the hell was the point of the male lawyer's foot problem and the itching problem?
I don't know. Just a way to break it up, I guess. I thought it was kind of funny, like kind of ironic that he got it back in the last.
Oh, at the very end. Yeah. Well, we see why he got it back. I think we see why is when they show the very last scene when the cat walks through the house.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the best scene of the entire series.
Yeah, when you leave me. Okay, I was thinking about this. That finale, the ending of that finale might have been just as bad as the goddamn Sopranos. Did you watch the Sopranos at all?
I did, yeah.
That finale where they just kind of walk out of the diner, or they're sitting in the diner with, like, again, left us with nothing.
Yeah, I actually didn't watch it while it was premiering. I watched it for the first time like maybe 5 years ago.
Gotcha.
And I thought there was another season. So when I thought I was like one season shy of the finale. So when that actually happened, it threw me off like crazy.
Okay, so let's just get to it. Who do you think really did it?
I mean, I feel like it's got to be that douchebag from the road trip.
Yeah, that seems to be the most obvious because He looked guilty as hell. I want to know. There's got to be something with that hat because the way
Yeah, that
they
was odd.
he leaves it there. It's like out of nowhere. Like, why would you just leave your hat sitting there? And the guy makes a point multiple times to say he left his hat.
Yeah.
So obviously, when they make next season, that's really pissing me off already. Um, that's gonna have to be a factor. They show the stupid bitch, and it no surprise to me. She smokes a fucking vape pen. The
Yeah.
attorney that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
weird. If you really think someone did it and you're ready to go to trial for murder, and then you just
yeah,
drop the charges.
yeah. It's like he comes to her and says, "Hey, we got this. Maybe we should slow it down and back off." And she's like, "No, we got the kid." And then the hung jury goes like, "So what if the jury convicts him? Does she just walk away?"
Yeah, I think so.
It's like, what the fuck is that? That just shows how corrupt a lot of that crap is right there.
I mean, that's probably not going to happen in real life. That's why it's so weak.
Yeah, that was pathetic because even Nas's attorney figured out that there was a lot more going on than just the basics, and he just didn't have all the resources like the detective, which I was actually pretty pumped because that detective I wasn't a big fan of, but his storyline was one of the best parts of the show in my opinion.
A little bit of redemption there the last episode and a half.
Uh, yeah, no, he really came together because when he was going to retire and it was all about golf and stuff, I was like, this doesn't need to be a part of the show. You're wasting 10 minutes of an episode.
Mm-hmm.
But then it all kind of came together, which was nice because one of the few things that came together there. Let's see, what else could we go with here real quick? What other things did you kind of take away from the season that you liked or disliked?
I guess I liked it on the whole. Um, Disappointed tonight, obviously. I just felt like there was no climax to the finale. There was sort of just a lull the last 45 minutes. I really wanted to be like blown away. Or at
Yeah,
least, I mean, if they're not going to do anything, then they should have convicted the guy and brought him in.
yeah.
I don't know if they're
Well,
trying
it's
to set it up for another. I mean, it's supposed to be a mini series, so I know they initially weren't trying to do that.
yeah. That's why I'm saying maybe they felt like they caught steam. They're like, screw it, let's twist this up a little bit because even the final episode, like the first half hour, with the last people they brought in and getting ready for the closing arguments, it was actually building up to be something pretty cool. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
it looked like it was, and then it just she starts bringing him drugs, and then the video comes out. They try to get her off the case for and then it just goes on this spiral effect of what the heck just happened.
Yeah, I don't really know why they did that. The kiss and the drugs. Like, if you're gonna bring that in, at least like show her vagina. I could have got something out of that.
Yeah, that's a good point because this could go down a whole Oz episode, but like I don't need to see big black dick all over the prison. But like for instance, when Omar's banging the the officer, like we could have more of that. We could like Game of Thrones it up a little bit. Give me something I need. We know what's going on in
Sure.
the prison.
Yeah,
Um,
it's all about nudity.
you could have showed Nas's dad like angry banging the mom because he's so pissed off that all his buddies are screwing him over. Like there's all kinds of angles here.
I don't
But
think we saw Andrea naked either, did we?
no, we
And that
didn't,
chick
and
is hot, whoever that is.
that's a crying shame. You could have almost went back on that and like mental views every episode to like reenact parts of the murder. Like my goodness,
She looks
uh,
exactly like Alexandra Daddario, just with smaller tits.
very well done right there. Very well done, outstanding. Um, okay, so assuming because like I agree, it was supposed to just be a mini series. Obviously, well not obviously, but it looks like it's going for a season 2 now. There's no way around that. Um, they already have the guy lined up that they're going to get. Do you
Well, if
do
they're
you think?
trying for a season two, the first few episodes will be that guy in a similar situation, and then I mean, if they want viewers, they're gonna have to do something else. Like he ends up not
Yeah,
doing it, and they go back to the stepdad or something ridiculous.
yeah, because they can't keep going down to like because it seems like they could wrap this up in like 2 episodes.
Yeah, they should have just gone maybe 10 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, because that I don't know. We had such high hopes for this, and that was just an hour and 45 minutes of my life I won't get back. Um,
Yeah.
and it really sucks because it was a good season, and it makes me wonder: is it worth putting time in to watch the BBC series it was based off of? Have you even looked into that at all?
I haven't looked into that. I do want to do that though. Yeah, I have no idea. I think it's an actual series though. They've had a couple seasons.
Yeah, because BBC comes out with good stuff like Sherlock's great. Some people like Downton Abbey, and there's other really good shows on there. But they do good stuff. For Christ's sake, The Office, one of the best comedies ever made, started in BBC.
Yeah,
So
America steals a lot of their stuff.
that's what America does best. We take things and claim them as our own because we have more money and can make it
Yeah,
bigger
and we
and better.
make it better. Yeah,
That's what we do. That's America.
that's true.
It's like cats. Um, well, fuck. I wanted to talk about this forever, but I don't even. I'm just lost because the way that thing ended. Um, fuck. Let's do a quick. Do you have anything else on that? Otherwise, I'm gonna take. Oh, here's a question I have for you. I thought about it the whole season as you see Naz, his transformation from this cute little innocent kid to thug life 101, getting tattoos on his knuckles, his neck, all this crap. If you went into prison, would you go the harder way, or would you just become some dude's pincushion and call it good?
Um, if I did it, I would definitely go the hardo way because I know I'm gonna be there.
Gotcha.
But if I didn't do it and I assume that I'm gonna get out, I think I'd probably be a little bitch for a few weeks and then hope I get out.
No, that's a good way to put it. 'Cause, yeah, if you're gonna be stuck in there, and you kind of want to survive for the rest of your life, you're gonna have to do something stupid. But yeah, I guess if you're gonna get out, you don't want to completely ruin things. Because now he's out and look at he's a druggie. He's got tattoos all over himself. He's a skinhead. Like everything.
Yeah, he looks ridiculous.
Everything. He looks guilty. That's why I was like, I'm
Yeah.
sitting there watching. I'm sitting there watching. Going, what the hell are you thinking? Like changing all of this right now when you're trying to get off of not killing and raping somebody. It was the worst. It was like it's like, hey, here's a PR tip, asshole, keep it together. Like,
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't tell him that. But he did bring it together sort of in his closing argument. He pointed at him
yeah,
and said, "That is how you survive in Rikers." So like they did sort of touch on that at least.
yeah, no, that's a good point. That part I watched and I thought he did a great job with that because he even admitted I don't do trials like this, blah 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 blah. But when he spun it around there, it was a perfect spin zone and made it make a lot of sense. And this is a TV show, so it's pure speculation. But maybe that had a big impact on the jury because that, if you think about it that way, that could have a lot of effect on it. But
Well, I think the fact that if it was real life, the fact that there was so many other potential murderers would throw me for a loop, you know?
well, it's like they said is like he said it best. We have 7 crimes that we have proof of, but the one you're trying to convict him of, we have no proof of. So how can you convict him of that?
Yeah, and there's this guy who did this guy who did that, and they didn't even touch on the guy who probably did it. So I mean, there's 4 or 5 other people that could have done it.
That's the other part that bugged me. It's like we got invested in, okay, it could be this guy, it could be this guy. So then halfway through the final goddamn episode, you're going to bring some guy and we have no clue who he is.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about him a few episodes ago when the lawyer went to see him.
Yeah, didn't even click at all. But wow, that was something else. But yeah, so that was the finale of the night of. Still a really good series. They can maybe save themselves with season 2, but it's going to take some work and maybe some time off. And luckily, we'll have Game of Thrones and stuff before that to ease our pain.
Yeah, the fall is like peak TV season.
Okay, well, I'll ask you this before we go into like some other talk of TV and whatnot. With this being over, and Thrones doesn't come back till next year and other stuff, what kind of like what are the couple shows that you focus on this time of year?
I think usually September, like a bunch of new stuff starts, but the last month I've been trying to catch up on all the Netflix originals that I haven't seen.
Okay.
And there hasn't been a bad one yet that I've seen. I watched all of Narcos. I watched all 3 seasons of Peaky Blinders in like less than a week. The Fall has 2 seasons I watched, and I finished River today.
Nice. So you're a Netflix and chill kind of guy.
I mean, I hadn't been, but then my sister's boyfriend gave me his password because I didn't have it.
I'll score. We'll edit that out so no one can bust you for that. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I've heard nothing bad about Netflix. I haven't got into it yet. I'm going to binge watch one of these days like you just did, but everybody says it's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
But
I don't know what they're doing, but the first time they got me was Arrested Development. They bought the rights and did the final season themselves. I literally woke up and watched the entire season in a day.
outstanding.
Yeah,
Now, so you're an Arrested Development fan. Are you a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan?
I am.
Good, because I am pumped that that's coming back.
I actually haven't watched. I was talking about this last night with my buddy. I haven't watched the last season, so I got to do that.
Oh, that's an easy binge on a Sunday right there.
Yeah,
Well,
I have
football
all
started.
the. I don't have to be next Sunday because after that, I'm kind of booked.
Yeah, you're pretty busy after that. Um, Speaking of one last TV thing we have to talk about because we talk about it all the time, but not on a podcast yet, which we might actually start doing when this happens again. Game of Thrones. We have 2 seasons left with 15 episodes, I think.
At
Um,
least 14. I think they're gonna do 7.
Evans.
Yeah, I think that's what someone told me.
Do you have any bold predictions that you think is
Probably
going to
not
happen?
bold. No, my buddy goes on like and reads all the predictions that people have on the internet, and there's some wild shit. So if you're into it, it's. I mean, he tells me to him, and I'm just sort of embarrassed that he would do that. And first of all, but there are some very interesting, wild things that people come up with. I assume
Oh yeah,
Khaleesi is going to rule the world and perhaps marry Jon Snow.
that's what I'm thinking. She's either going to marry Jon Snow or a real turn of events. She's marrying Tyrion. It's going to be one of those two. Tyrion, Tyrion would
Um,
be really odd, but just because he has part of the family history and whatnot,
well, I'm
it's only
thinking they're gonna do something where it's not someone that she's met. You know, like she'll
okay. That makes sense.
want to join
Joint
armies.
force. Yeah, because honestly, if the mother of dragons with 3 dragons does not end up taking over the world, another show I'm gonna might regret watching that many times.
I mean,
Like,
I won't regret it, but it'll be sort of like tonight. I'll be kind of pissed off.
yeah, because it's like that show. It's rarely ever boring. Don't get me wrong when I say boring, but when it has like the slow episodes they have once in a while, if they put a dragon on the screen, the blood flow already starts.
Yeah,
Like you throw a dragon on the screen and things get going.
the pants get
And
tight.
yes, very tight. It's like the jorts are just, they're short.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like John Stockton. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It sucks because winter finally came, so they had to film it later. But it'll be worth the wait. I have a feeling because those last 2 episodes with the Bastards War, and then when Cersei went full crazy on the town, there's a lot of cool shit
Two
going
of the
on there.
best episodes they've had.
Yeah, because usually we're used to like episode 9 always killing it, and then episode 10 just kind of drags on and kind of sets up for the next year.
Yeah, I
Well,
believe
this
the
set up.
Red Wedding was episode 9, and I almost cried. I've never cried before.
Oh, yeah, my wife has read all the books, so this season for once she couldn't like half spoil shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, like she would never tell me, but she sat down next to me that night and goes, "You're going to be thoroughly surprised this evening." And I was like, well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? And then when it happened, my jaw was just on the floor and I just sat there and just stared at the TV screen. I didn't even know what to do.
You were like, if you spoil anything again, you're gonna be thoroughly surprised with these divorce papers.
Yeah, here's 3 numbers. Pick which one you want for your lawyer. Yeah, but okay, let's get off the TV. Fantasy football's coming up, and I know you. But besides the Jortaculars, for the baseball, then you do the season long football. By the way, people check it out on sportsdegens.com. There's a piece on that. What day is the payments due?
So most people, no one's ever joined it late, but I keep it open until week 4 because your bottom 3 scores get deleted.
Gotcha.
But no one joined it late last year, so I mean, Sunday morning, I guess, of the
Okay.
what is that, September 11th?
Yeah, and it's what, $100,
Yep.
and it's $2 a week, right?
Yeah. I mean
Okay.
most of the people are gonna play anyway, so it's like it's essentially without even reading it, it's a side pot. You know, we add up your top 14 scores out of the 17 weeks, and it's a cumulative way to figure out who's the juggernaut.
There you go. And I believe you have something to say about last year, don't you?
I am the juggernaut.
Yes, Short is the juggernaut. He's your man there. But on another thing, we have the most dysfunctional group chat for our fantasy football league, our Junkies Delight League. It's like having like 10 women that can never make up their mind. And eventually we're gonna draft. But what are some like surprise players? Like you don't have to give all your secrets, but I know you do a lot of research, you do a lot of stuff. Like, are there any guys you're kind of like sitting there going, if I can get in the middle of the rounds, I'd love to get this guy.
So I don't know about middle round on this one, but I might jump high on Lacey that other people aren't going to do.
Oh,
You can believe that or not.
you think the weight loss is going to stick, huh?
I think I'm willing to take the chance. I don't know if it's going to stick.
Yeah, but that's how you win leagues. You take those chances. If he hits, it's going to like balloon just right
Yeah, I
up.
won my home league last year, and I was looking at my roster the other day, and it didn't even look that good. I don't really know what happened. I have Antonio Brown and OBJ, so like
That helps a
that was
lot.
nuts. But my starting, it was like Jonathan Stewart got hurt. I think I had Denard Robinson in my starting lineup for the championship, and Kirk Cousins. Like it was nothing too impressive.
Damn. Yeah, no, but yeah, when you start with OBJ and Antonio Brown, that doesn't hurt things at all.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, we just started doing a keeper league a couple years ago, so my buddy decided to keep Marshawn Lynch instead of Antonio Brown because he must have been.
Because he's stupid.
I think he was dropped on his head a couple times as a child. So I decided not to
Wow.
keep anyone and grabbed Brown and then grabbed OBJ later. And
Wow, that guy should be. Wow. Yeah, kick him out of the league or let me get in a league with him, one of the two. Wow. Okay. Last but not least, you up there in the Northeast, I'll give you the floor to talk about what do you think the Patriots are going to do in the 4 games Tom Brady's out?
I'll take 2-2 now. Obviously, I would prefer not to start in Arizona. Although I did watch their game. What was that? Yesterday?
Arizona
Today?
played today. Yeah, they have
Friday?
5 turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, what's Simon for Houston grabbed a nice, sexy pick. That was probably the play of the preseason so far that I've seen, at least. Carson Palmer can make all the throws, but he throws it to the wrong team like a quarter of the time. I really like the talent that they have, but I mean, if you can give me sexy Jimmy Garoppolo, go 2-2, and look decent, you could probably trade him for a second round pick, and then that's fine with me. He's not the heir
Yeah, you can do
apparent.
that.
I mean,
No. He's another Matt Castle that he's going to look good because that's what they do in New England. And then you can go, score with him. But I was listening, like Doc and I talked about it last episode, and I listened to some other stuff from some New England homers recently, and I'm terrified because I'm a Dolphins fan. Thank God one of the 4 games is against them during that period. But Tom Brady is going to come back scorched earth. It's going to
he
be.
tends to do that.
It's going to remind me of like USC with Pete Carroll when they just said, "Fuck it, we're running up to score every game."
Yeah, I mean, I'd be afraid too. The weapons on offense are insane. If the passing defense can play well, I'd say 11 wins minimum and another AFC conference championship at worst.
Yeah, that's the thing is that defense. People don't even talk about it because there's so many offensive weapons there, and like they added Bennett, which is like a little I don't kill people version of Aaron Hernandez, and
that we know of.
That we know of. Yes, see, they could do Aaron Hernandez the night of next season. That's a whole. um, but the weapons are there for sure. But that defense, especially like the front seven, is fierce, very fierce.
No more Chandler.
So yeah, no more Chandler. But man, well, and then didn't Ninkovich or whatever get hurt?
That's an interesting
Did I
question.
misread that somewhere? Maybe I misread it. There's so many stinking preseason storylines. Like today, AJ Green. Oh shit, he's hurt in the first quarter. He's limping off the field into the World Cup stuff.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure he'll be fine. Most of the time, they
yeah,
take him out as a precaution. The only one that I've heard is Romo. That's like actually serious so far.
yeah, but when you already start the game with a sore vagina, you're gonna get hurt. It's just how it works.
Yeah, that's true.
given he got a broken back, but it's like that back's been so screwed up for so long. It was only a matter of time. And he's got, like, all seriousness aside, we can make fun of him all he wants. He might want to reconsider playing football.
Yeah, they're similar to the Patriots. Like, I don't get it up here, obviously, but I think around the nation that everyone hates the Patriots,
Oh,
and
yeah, we do.
everyone hates the Cowboys that isn't a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fair.
I mean, we don't see them every year, and I still hate them. Probably second least favorite team besides the Jets. I just
Yeah,
enjoy watching him get hurt and other people get hurt on their team, other than, well, no, probably all of them, I guess.
it's almost like next year if he comes back healthy to start the season, it's worthless now. But we almost got to start like an office pool, like when someone's getting pregnant, what day are they going to give birth? We could, like, what day is he going to get hurt? So then, if you win the money. Like that. That's something we could put together. But
Sure.
it's awesome. Football's coming up. You're not a big college football guy compared to
I
NFL,
don't like
obviously.
college football for some
Yeah,
reason.
which
I
is
don't know.
you're one of the few. Like,
Yeah, I
college
know.
college football seems to be taking over the world compared to NFL these days. But one last thing. The hell was I just going to say? Just skip my mind now. Never mind. Um, I had something written down. Well, I'll go here. Red Sox. Are they going to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. It's been sort of a up and down month, but I mean, running into the luck box Royals is never a good thing.
No. When you have a rally praying mantis, it's like they just it's the typical Royals. And don't get me wrong, bring on the haters. Um, it's like when the Angels had their heyday, they had that stupid fucking rally monkey.
Yeah.
Now these guys got the rally praying mantis. It's like, oh, we're better than you.
Well,
We
at
have
least
an
a monkey is entertaining.
Yeah, but now they got a praying mantis. You know how hard it is to keep track of a praying mantis?
The fucking
Like,
insect, like that is embarrassing.
yeah, yeah, the monkey you keep in a cage at least. This praying mantis, like, really, what, like, you keep it in a little shoebox, like you're in second grade or something. I don't even know what they're doing here, but knowing those guys, they probably do. Um,
Yeah, I mean, if they make the playoffs, I think the world is probably over as
I
we
can
know
see
it.
that.
What they're so they're 3.5 back right now. Honestly, they could. I guess they could play the Red Sox in the wild card game.
Okay, real quick, what do you have for the World Series? Not
um.
the win matchup.
Well, actually, I still have a screenshot of me saying that the Dodgers are going to win the World Series when everyone laughed at me from
Oh yeah, when I
preseason.
told you you're an idiot. Yeah, and that's starting to look good right now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to stick with that just to stay with my guns. And I got a bunch of money on the Tribe, so I'll go with that.
I like it. Okay, cool. Dodgers try. That's one of those World Series that would be a lot of fun to watch because there are two good teams. But goddamn, Fox would be pissed. Would
Yeah,
be super.
yeah. Those markets aren't well. LA,
LA is, but that Cleveland market. Who?
well, LA's a strange one because the population is so dense and so vast, but people don't give a flying fuck about sports for the most part.
Yeah, that's why it took forever to get an NFL team there because they're like,
Well, now they
sure,
want
there's
two. I mean, give me a break. You really think you're gonna fill two stadiums?
yeah. Like, look at, I was dying laughing watching Hard Knocks, and it's like going to an Oakland A's game where they have the whole upper deck in Oakland pretty much has a tarp over it with advertisements, so it looks
Yeah,
like there's.
I know.
So you go to the Coliseum for the Rams, and they bring in bleachers in the end zone, so it cuts off like the bowl, and it's like you already cut off like 40,000 seats.
Yeah, it's weak. It's weak.
Not a good,
I
not
mean,
a good
one,
look.
they should have a professional football team. There's no question about that. It's obviously
Oh
a
no doubt.
massive market, but the Raiders already have plans for a stadium. Like they want to move there really bad. I don't know. I mean, they'll probably get it done if they can grease the right palms, but it doesn't seem like the fan base is going to be there. People will wear the shit in the streets, but they won't pay the money and show up to the fucking games.
The only reason why I could see them having two teams would be like New York, so every weekend that stadium's full, or at least somewhat full, so it justified building it. That's the only explanation I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you give away enough corporate tickets, you'll be all set.
Bingo, bingo. All right. Well, I know it's late for you, and we wanted to get this night of stuff out tonight before it's completely kind of worthless to the world. Especially, like, I totally thought we'd have something really cool to talk about,
Me
but
too. I'm a little disappointed.
yeah, it was like so many things could have happened, and that was literally like when they showed the jury, I was like, you got to be shitting me. It was just
Yeah, that was the
unreal.
second I put my pants back on.
Yeah. And you know what the worst part was? It's like Nas gets told you're a free man, you can go. And he doesn't like he celebrates.
Yeah, he
He's just
just
like
looks
cool.
stunned.
Yeah. And then you know what I was waiting for when they show him going through the halls carrying his stuff, and then like he goes into each separate room where there's different security guards. I was waiting for him to get shanked by one of the guys working.
Yeah, me too.
I was waiting for him to get shanked because he's like, well, now I can't use you as my bitch. You're gonna owe me on the outside or something. I was
Yeah, that
waiting
would
for
have been
something.
sick if Omar had the shotgun. He started whistling at him.
Oh my god, that would have been outstanding because they brought Omar back from The Wire, and did you notice that punk kid that was walking down the street was from The Wire?
Absolutely.
And I think
I
that was the
watched
only.
the whole season at least twice.
Yeah, that was outstanding. But all right, let's wrap this up. Any last words?
No.
Cool, cool.
Just one then.
Yeah, no, it was good. But thanks for joining. We'll do this again during football season. Maybe talk some more TV, movies, and stuff because you're one of the few guys that watches a lot of the same shit I watch, and I love TV. So, like I said, talk it all day long.
Yeah, I watch way too much TV. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm with you there. There's a reason why I'm fat, which is how it works. We'll just learn to accept it that way. But cool. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bench with Bubba, episode 5 with our guest at George Sports. Check us out, sportsdegens.com. We will catch you guys next time.